guys, welcome to Wildly Living with Kendra. I am so elated you decided to join me. And for those of you who are wondering why am I in a sports bra and shorts, I just finished my workout session with the Peloton bike. So go check that video out if you haven't already done so. So back to the topic at hand. I wanted to give an overview of my perspective of women, specifically Black women, who are dating and having to come to terms with being deemed difficult. So, this is me just discussing this with my friends and their take on their dating experiences. So, just for an example, these are very well educated, highly successful women, but they are having difficulty in their relationship or just dating, period. Okay. So, what is the problem? I've realized just in discussion that no one takes accountability for their actions. Yes, sometimes we're not always wrong, but more often than not, you play a key part in the demise of the relationship, and people don't take that accountable, specifically Black women. It's like, hey girl, so what's going on? Let me tell you what he did. He did this. For example, one of my girlfriends, came to me and was like, oh, I don't understand. He says that he wants to be more communicative, but then he's not being communicative and all this other stuff. And I'm like, well, when did he say that? Last week? Nobody is going to do a complete 180 in 7 days. This is taking this man years, right? To where he thinks his communications is okay. So now he's making adjustments. You cannot look at that as, oh, he has 7 days to turn it around or it's over. We have to be realistic. So when it comes to me, I feel as though our expectations aren't so realistic in what we're asking. So, for example, if we're saying, hey, I need more of XYZ, be it emotional support, being more communicative, even from motivation. So you can't expect someone who doesn't innately have that sense or capability right now to change within 7 days, right? Everybody, even on your job, they give you a grace period, right? You have this 30, 60, 90-day evaluation, and that's on purpose. Nobody expects you, unless you're high level, to come day one on the job and get it right 100%. So as a woman of color, and these are the things that I had to identify myself too, like, hey girl, I will tell everybody I was the problem in some of my relationships. None of my girlfriends have ever admitted that. It's like, okay, so what did you do? Well, nothing, because I told him. And I'm sorry. You've done something. Nobody is without fault. Regardless of how great you are, nobody is without fault. So I always say that whoever you are, woman, man, Black, white, Asian, whatever your race, whatever your ethnicity, whatever your culture, when you're dating someone, you have to realize your expectations and their capability, their capacity, right? So if you're expecting more than this person can offer you, then this might not be your person. But also, if they are trying to attempt what you're doing, please give them a little grace. Don't think it's going to change the next day. It's going to take some time, but if they're putting in effort, if they're showing you that they're working towards it, then okay. Okay, so what does this mean for you? For me, for anybody who's in this situation. So I would first say, again, manage your expectations and also just show grace and be tactful. If someone's not living up to your expectations, you can convey that, but in a manner where it's not tearing them down even more, especially if you want that relationship. So I've heard, hey, I don't like how you do this. You're not here financially. You don't know how to speak. You don't, all these various things, but then you want to continue the relationship, yet there, meaning the man that you're dealing with, his confidence is deflated because now you've emasculated him in some regard. So if you want any type of healthy relationship, first things first, what are you saying you want from this other individual, right? Also, is it realistic within your realm of being? So I feel like everybody wants Prince Charming, but where do you stand on the totem pole? Are you even there? Because if you're not, baby girl, baby boy, bring it on down a couple of notches right there. Yeah, I know. And that's a hard pill to swallow. Like, you have this checklist. Let me tell you, you got this checklist and you don't even meet your checklist. If you were the opposite sex, would you meet your own standards? Okay, I know that kind of I know that kind of stung a little bit, but it's the truth. You have so many people that have all these things. I want this. I want this. He has to have a house. He has to have a car. He has to have a stable job. He has to be steady. He has to be mentally well. Are you mentally well, sis? Just yesterday, you were all over the place crying about nothing. Do you understand? You're dealing with some past trauma that you have not worked out. Don't bring that into your next relationship, situationship, dating experience. So I'm saying this all to say that if you do find someone who is not 100% where you want them to be, right? Do you feel as though everything else besides this one thing, two things, is good enough for you to hold on and just encourage them to do more? Because sometimes that's all it takes. You have to plant seeds sometimes. And when planting seeds, you can't be plucking out what's already growing, because that's not going to help you, sis. It's not. So, in closing, I want you guys, specifically my Black women, I want us to be able to hold ourselves accountable and know that we all come with issues. We all have some things that we need to work out. We, as the woman, right? Because we don't want to be deemed difficult to date. We don't want to have a long laundry list that we can't even live up to our expectations, right? Yes, you have your six-figure job. Yes, you have your house, your car. But at the end of the day, okay, sis. But it's options out here. That's what I'm saying. And nobody wants to be with someone who's controlling, who's manipulative, who's excessively loud for no reason. It has to be within context. So I hope you were able to glean something from this message. If so, put a comment down. What do you think? Like, have you been able to identify some of the issues that you've been experiencing within yourself? Like, is it a repeat pattern? We have patterns. Have you identified those things? If so, put a comment below so we can talk about it. Otherwise, please like and comment. Also, subscribe if you haven't done so. Until next time, I will talk to you later. Bye for now.